All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name again is Larry James. I have a company called Speakwithlarry, no spaces. And one of the things I want to share with you today really kind of interests me. It's a really important topic that I wanted to introduce you guys to today. And you may be familiar with this already, maybe not, but I'm sure if you're conscious in America today, and you're African American, you are familiar with this. It's about Black and African American communities with mental health. Now, just going through some of the things that our people have gone through over the centuries would give us enough excuses for the mental illnesses that we possess, right? But there is more to it. I'm going to share some statistics with you today. I'm going to try not to keep this video too long because I got a couple of videos to make today, but I'm going to title this one, as a matter of fact, this is research that I've done, and this is actually an article that I'm going to share with you titled The Black and African American Communities and Mental Health. And it says that 13.4% of the US population identifies as Black or African American. You probably knew that, right? But you may not have known this. Of those, over 16% reported having a mental illness in the past year. Now, that's over 7 million people. 7 million. More people than the population of Chicago, Houston, and Philadelphia combined. Think about that just for a second. Over 7 million people have identified in the past year as having mental illness. And that's only increasing, right? It's only getting worse. So we're going to definitely have to make some adjustments, or there's going to be some major problems, or should I say more major problems. But with that, I wanted to read you this quick article that's in conjunction with that. It says that, excuse me, overall, mental health conditions occur in Black and African American people in America at about the same or less frequency than in white Americans. However, the historical Black and African American experience in America has and continues to be characterized by trauma and violence more often than for their white counterparts, and impacts emotional and mental health of both youth and adults. Now, historical dehumanization, oppression, and violence against Black and African American people has evolved into present-day racism. Structural, institutional, and individual and cultural are uniquely mistrustful and less affluent community experience characterized by a myriad of disparities, including inadequate access to and deliver of care in the health system, processing and dealing with layers of individual trauma on top of new mass traumas from COVID-19, uncertainty, isolation, grief from financial or human losses, police brutality and its festation in news, media, and division. Political rhetoric adds compounding layers of complexity for individuals to respond and manage. That's hitting the nail right on the head right there, right? It only increases, it only gets worse when it comes to all the things that are kind of compounding right now. Now, health-seeking behavior is affected by mistrust of the medical system and often begins with faith-based outreach. However, MHA screening data shows that Black and African American people who screen positive for depression self-identify as planning to seek help at higher rates than the general population says they will seek help. Unfortunately, Black and African American providers who are known to give more appropriate and effective care to Black and African Americans health seekers make up a very small portion of the behavioral health provider workforce. Because of these factors and more, Black and African American people are more likely to experience chronic and persistent rather than episodic mental health conditions. Yet hope for recovery should remain as light is shed on these issues, and the general public holds accountable policymakers and health systems to evolve better systems which eliminate inequities in mental health services. Now, that's exactly what I wanted you guys to experience. I wanted you to hear those numbers and get a feel of that actual velocity of how many Black people are actually suffering from mental health and mental illness. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, my name is Larry James, and I really appreciate you watching these videos because it gives me a chance to do a couple of things. It gives me a chance to work on my articulation, work on my diction, and get better and more comfortable doing things like that. And I recommend that to my clients as they decide to start online businesses, because you want to be fluent as possible, as much as possible in what you're doing, right? All right, again, share with someone else what I've shared with you. Bye.